Have you ever wondered where your money is going? Each month you're trying to save, but your expenses keep creeping up on you. Today I'm walking you through my simple budget spreadsheet for Apple numbers, designed to get you back in control of your money. I've added a link to the file in the description so you can start understanding your spending. I've also included a free habit tracker in the description because making good money decisions requires consistency. Let's get started. We'll start on the README tab here. Before you're able to start budgeting, you'll need to download the zip file with the Apple numbers file inside it. The PDF you receive with your downloads includes a link to the zip file, which you can download and access on your Apple devices. It's important to note that this template is built specifically for Apple numbers, so if you try to open it in Excel or Google Sheets, some of the formatting and formulas won't quite work. The README tab provides written instructions to get started with the template, so it acts as a quick reference for information, so you don't have to keep referring back to this video every time. I recommend taking a minute to read through it at first to save yourself any headaches later. The README tab includes notes to bear in mind while working on the spreadsheet, step-by-step instructions, and any frequently asked questions at the bottom in case you come along any snags. We'll move into the budget tab. Welcome to the budget tab, where you'll track your income, bills, expenses, savings, and debt. The first thing you will want to do is set the start and end date of each month. By just clicking into the cells, you can type the date. By default, the dates are set to month, date, year, but if you want to use a different format, such as day, month, year, you can switch that too. So to do that, you just go to the side into format, go into the data format here, click edit custom format, and you can change how the date format and structure works. So you can click directly in here, and if I wanted that to be the second, that would be the second. So you can change what day your month starts. Next, you can change the currency. By default, the template's currency is set to US dollar, but you can change it easily just by selecting the currency from the drop-down menu, and every dollar sign within the template will then update. So if I click here onto the currency cell, click the drop-down button, you can choose from any of these currencies. So if I click euro, everything would change to euros. At the top of the tab, you have the cash flow summary, which shows income versus outgoings at a glance, so you know instantly whether you're in the green or the red for the month. This table is fully automated, so you don't need to add anything yourself. The only thing that you will need to add is any rollover amounts from previous months. So if you had a rollover amount of 500, or you budgeted for 500, but you'd actually been able to keep across 600, this will then take forward into all of the tables and graphs within the tab. The first table you'll input into is income, where you can note down your paycheck, side hustle, businesses, dividends, and whatever else applies to you. Remember to fill in both the budget and the actual values, and feel free to add any of your own categories to the list. So if you had a babysitting side hustle job, you could add that you earn $250 to how much you budgeted to earn for that month, but you actually ended up earning $300. All of these values will update the cash flow summary and any of the graphs up here. Next is bills, where you can note down things such as your rent, electricity, water, internet, etc. And again, adding what you budget for that month and what the actual spend was. Once you've paid a bill, you can just tick it off and you can make a note of what still needs paying for the rest of the month. Then we have the expense summary, where you can note down things such as food, dining out, transportation, etc., and anything else that is relevant to you. Since expenses are variable, you will actually need to track these in the expense tracker below rather than typing them straight into the category from the drop down. So if you scroll down here, you can add expenses for that month as they happen. So if I had an expense on the 3rd of January, it was for beauty and I spent $15. This will then update the expense summary up here. So you can see that what I've actually spent on beauty is $165, which is being drawn down from the expense tracker down here. You can add what you budget for that month. So let's say I only budgeted $150. That means I'm actually over budget. And again, this will all update the graphs and charts and cash flow summary here. All of the categories shown down here on the expense tracker are drawn straight from the expense summary. Finally, we have the savings and debt tracker, working very much like the bill tracker and income summary over here. So you just say what you budgeted for that month and what the actual amount spent or saved was, and then just tick it off when you have saved it or when you have paid that debt. At the bottom of the tab, you have the expense breakdown graph and chart. So these are both automated and are linked to the expense tracker. So it will show your distribution of expenses from what you've actually spent and helps you keep a tab on where your money's actually going. A new month rolls around, just duplicate this month's tab, clear out all of the actual values, and you're ready to go all over again. To do this, just copy sheet and paste sheet here, and you'll have a new one for your new month. You can then update this for February, March, etc. It may be worth having a blank version with no values filled in, so you can just duplicate this month over month without having to go through and delete all of the values. That's it for the full walkthrough of the Simple Budget spreadsheet for Apple numbers. It's really designed to be plug and play, enter your numbers, check off your bills, and let the formulas do the rest. If you want the template for yourself, the link's in the description, and if you found this helpful, please drop a like and a comment for more organisation and budgeting tools like this one.